Alright, so it has been a while, everyone, since I've uploaded. And as you see, we got a new format. It's just on OBS, right, on my desktop. So, what am I going to do here? So, I want to start uploading again, but if I want to make some quick discussion videos, I'm just going to do this. Because why would I edit something for, like, dang days? It'd probably be shitty quality and I upload it anyways. And it's still just like I spent days on something I could have spewed out in like minutes. You know what I mean? So this is what the new type of videos we're probably gonna be doing. And the discussion for today is the ROG Ally. And everyone, you guys know I've been making videos on this thing for a bit. So let me give a rundown. I've really been playing this thing. I still like it. I really do. And let me give some background on this thing. I loved it more than I did when I first got it to now. And that's not because I've noticed I've noticed some imperfections on it, but that doesn't affect. I still feel the same about the product itself, but the potential of this thing I feel has definitely changed. So let me talk about the Ally when it first came out. It was the first 7000 series handheld gaming PC at such a low price. It was not only was it the only real option for a 7000 series chipset at the time, it was by and large the cheapest option too, because there were these other handhelds that had that 7000 series chipset. I think they were called like the WinKey or some shit. I don't know when they came out. But they were overpriced as freaking shit. Let me tell you that much. They were like $1,500, and I remember one of my friends was like, "Well, look at this thing. It's pretty cool, right?" I'm like, "You're getting fucking ripped off, is what's happening, right?" So by and large, this thing was the first of its kind, and it really was the first of its kind. And I just thought because of that alone, it had so much potential, and it still does. It's not that it don't, but its competition has realized what the Ally started, and now the competition is getting stronger. And this is what I want to get into for the first topic of today. And right after I talk about all the competitors, I'm going to talk about the imperfections of this thing, and how will this thing hold up against its competitors, and if it doesn't, will the Ally be a foreseeable option in the future? And if it is or isn't, should you sell your ROG Ally and move on to another competitor? To be quite honest with you, I think there's better competitors than the Ally now. And that's in this very short span of month. This market is so aggressive that in the span of months, the best option, the original option, has no longer. I feel it's essentially been dethroned. To be quite honest, it's still one of the best, if not the, but it's been dethroned, honestly. To be quite honest with you guys, and for Exhibit 1, the Lenovo Legion Go. For one, it's got the same 7000 series APU chipset. Not only for the pros, it's got a 1440p 144 hertz screen. This thing has a 1080p, I'm pretty sure 120 hertz screen. It's definitely got some little hardware aspects of it. Not only, it also has a trackpad. This thing doesn't have a trackpad. And that was weird to me. Because the deck had a trackpad, and this thing has a trackpad. Now like I said, this was the only one that came out at the time, and now there's like so many clones, right? Now there's just clones upon clones. And this, I guess they just didn't have the initiative to put the trackpad on there, but, I mean, the Go's got a trackpad, the Ally doesn't. It's got a 1440p screen, the Ally doesn't. It's got an embedded controller detachable, the Ally doesn't. But you know what kept the Ally going? It not only was it the armory crate that was better than the I forget what, I think it's called the Vantage or something. Basically, the little game launching application on the Lenovo Legion Go. The Ally's armory crate at the time was a lot better simply because it was older. And now that the Lenovo has been getting experience, it's realizing the Ally was the most, and I'm very, very for sure the Ally is the most sold Windows Handheld PC. The Legion Go needed to be more aggressive, and it's simply been doing that. Not only has it gone from basically $800 down to $680 for a 1 terabyte storage device. I had to upgrade this to a 1 terabyte. And now, I was at Best Buy, and they were as low as $650. And I just think there's so many pros to the Lenovo Legion Go now. I think the Ally just isn't the best option anymore. And let's talk about the other competitors that I would really put the Ally over, if I'm being honest. Now, I don't know about the deck, because the deck sits alone as its own thing. There's all these Windows handhelds, and then you have the Steam Deck. It's a standalone thing, because this was the very first handheld gaming PC. And because it was the very first one, it's just simply not hardware, it doesn't compete with the other ones, is what I'm trying to say. But, not only has Valve made the deck so good that you couldn't have made this underpowered machine do any better than it's doing right now. And not only is it the significant price drop on the Steam Deck, this is the OG one. Let's look at the Steam Deck OLED, because that has a 90 Hz screen, 900p, 90 Hz screen. The original Steam Deck has a 800p 60 Hz screen, which it's still. I've played this at my friend's house. He has a Steam Deck, and I like the Steam Deck. So, would I recommend the Steam Deck? Yes, I would still say you could buy the Steam Deck in 2024, but it's just significantly underpowered. Yeah, here's this. Yep, but I don't know. I still like the deck, and the deck feels comfortable, just like the Ally and the Go. Because I felt the Go, and yeah. Then you got all these other competitors that have been aggressively shooting into the market. Like the Acer Nitro 7 that just got announced. Acer just announced this thing because they just dropped the 8000 series chipset. Basically the slight upgrade to this thing. Because 7000, right, this thing will have an 8000. But the difference, I feel, in the performance is going to be so little because they did so well with that 7000 series. It's not going to be great. And as a matter of fact, this might sound crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised if the difference was about as big as like the Xbox One to the Xbox One S. Like hardly a difference at all. We're probably going to need a 9000 series chipset to even see a significant difference. On top of this, I've been hearing this. It's just in its phase. It's a introduction phase. So this thing could come out and be the goddamn Go, right? But I could see it was well over the price of the Legion and the Ally, and that alone, just look at this fat fucker. I mean, no offense, but it just doesn't look that comfortable. Okay, so I don't know. Like this just feels weird. See how the Ally has a genuine bulge in it? That's gonna play a role. This shit just looks like a fat brick, if I'm being honest. Maybe it's just the lighting on this, but yeah, it's a shame as the overall fidelity. Yeah, I don't know too much about this thing, but I wouldn't put my chips into it because there's so many other competitors, and they're probably gonna ask a pretty damn penny. As far as the MSI Claw, another great competitor, I'm pretty sure this is also a handheld Windows PC. I believe so. As you see, it's pretty much a fucking knockoff of the Ally, because the Ally was the exact one. You can see the Ally has its RGBs. You know what I mean. Got all that. It's even copied bar. It's bar for fucking bar, bro. Look at this shit, bro. They even got the MSI logo on the back, like the fucking Asus logo, bro. Oh my gosh. You can't tell me this thing wasn't inspired from that. Like, I'm going to just laugh in your face if you say that this thing wasn't. Oh my god, bro! I took this thing apart to put the 1 terabyte storage in it. This thing looks exactly. I mean, I know it's just a damn handheld computer. Why are you getting so crazy for, right? But it's just funny, bro. Like, I just know. But this is like the ROG Ally's, like I said, it was really the first of its kind. So now we're gonna be getting shit like this. It's got the same 1080p 120 hertz screen. 1,000. That's pretty good. 1,000. So all of them are. That's very aggressive. Because these would come out with 512 gigabyte storage. I had to upgrade this thing to 1 terabyte when it first came out. So yeah, it's just getting more competitive. So I've given you guys plenty of examples. Is the Ally going to be is it going to be an option in the next few years? And let me talk about the ROG Ally X, actually. This is something I really want to talk about, because I think it's going to play a big role if the Ally is going to be an option in the future. So, Seuss, if you're watching this, let me give you some game, bro. Hold up. Fuck this shit. I hate cookies, y'all. The ROG Ally X. It's going to be $800. And it's going to essentially be the ROG Ally minus its little stupid fucking imperfections. So, like the SD card slot. What's some other dumb shit that the Ally... just the little goofy, I think it's got an improved battery life. That's another good thing. Yeah, it's pretty much the same damn thing, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. With some little... Basically, all the little fucking nitpick bugs people were saying about the OG Ally, they're improving it. And it's going to be $800. Depending on how the X promotes itself and how it's going to change in price, it's going to affect... Like I said, the market for this is so aggressive that if you don't change your price right now... I don't think you're going to be an option in the future, because they're just going to keep trying to get cheaper. It's like a fight for the top. And then the Steam Deck's over here watching, because it's the only Linux-based handheld gaming PC, really. I mean, you can all get Linux on these things, but yeah, it's easy used as a console, right? So it's pretty much just watching all these fucking Windows handheld PCs try and fight for the #1 option for supremacy. And the Ally and the Go are definitely the top two. Because everyone else in option and build, I just don't think hold up that much, to be quite honest with you. They're either knockoffs like the MSI Claw, or they're just weird looking like the Acer, that Acer 7. It looks cool though, I'll say that. But I just think the build is probably the worst build I've seen for a handheld gaming PC. It just looks like a fat jelly bean. But yeah, I don't think the Ally is going to be an option in the near future. If they just think they can just keep the price like this, like Asus, you're going to have to get up, buddy. So should you sell your Ally in the next few years? I don't know. I really like this thing. And let's go over the imperfections. Like I said, it's got like all of the Windows handheld PCs, don't got as good as a battery as the Steam Deck. Not only that, it's got the SD card slot thing. What's some other imperfections with this thing? Sometimes I would get like in performance. I mean, this thing is great in performance. It's probably one of the best. But it is one of the best. Right now you can't get better than this. But the thing is, I still will notice a slight stutter or something as I'm playing a demanding game for this thing. So yeah, it's not invincible, right? My desktop would eat this thing for breakfast, is what I'm saying. Because this thing only has like 30 watts of power to, eat. So yeah, but I love this thing. I don't know I don't know really what crux I would say about it. And obviously, Windows is not a mobile OS. That's all I'm going to tell you right there. So yeah, you'll click on Xbox and a little dumbass Windows bug will happen for like 1 second and you get rid of it. It's an inconvenience. It's not a deal breaker. Like, if you think that's the deal breaker, either get the Steam Deck or honestly, just shut the fuck up if you don't have this thing. Because if you don't have this thing, you're probably just listening to people on the internet tell you, don't get it, it's Windows Mobile, da-da-da-da-da. No, you can operate. If you've dealt with basic Windows garbage, you can handle this thing just fine. That's really the premise of all of my videos, because yeah, there's plenty of options, and it's really a very difficult topic if you should get this thing still or not. And that's why I wanted to make this kind of video. I'd say it'd be smart to sell this thing right now and get a Lenovo Legion Go. If you want this thing to be if you want ASUS to be as aggressive as has they been, you're gonna have to feed this handheld gaming PC industry, I guess you could say. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's not, and it's not the best option anymore, but it's still one of the best options, and it probably will for the rest of its life cycle, because it was the first one to really start this in the first place. So, I love this thing. I do love this thing still, but it's not the best option anymore, guys. So yeah, if you got your Ally, if you love it, sell it. Or don't, ugly ass. If you love it, don't sell it. If you don't love it, sell it. Because it's probably the smart thing to do right now.